Welcome everybody. In tonight's video, I will be showcasing you the mil-tec 2000. This is a knockoff of the Victorinox Trekker, two-hand Trekker, as far as I know. So, let's get into it. Starting off, this thing is not bad or good. It's right down the middle. And the reason why I say that is because of this thing here. I got this long time ago. It's a decent setup. If I can get a Victorinox version of this, I would love to have it. But 4 of the 5 tools here, or 3 of the 4 tools here, work nicely. The corkscrew and the awl are fantastic. They work great. The saw here, if you haven't seen one of these things yet, it's pretty neat. Very nice, very good saw. I love the saw. The saw was done fantastically on this knife, even though it was only like 10 bucks. What got me was the knife blade. Much blade play. Detent was okay. But the edge is, the steel for the blade is absolutely terrible. It may as well just be Dollar Tree aluminum, you know? It cannot take an edge. It does not hold an edge. I try to make a fuzz stick on a chopstick, and it just dulls out completely. So, this was my marker. I have handled the Victorinox one-hand soldier before, which is basically this, but with the Victorinox one-hand opening spot. And so, you know, this is my lowest, Victorinox is my highest. You know, where does this thing sit in between? And this sits right down the middle. And it's not bad. The blade on this outdoes the blade on the Bundeswehr brand German Army knife here. This actually takes an edge and holds an edge pretty good. I've been using it a little bit. It's actually holding up. The edge is good. Love the knife blade here. It locks, as you can see. Does not fold in on me. It's a little liner lock, left-handed. The saw is absolutely wonderful. I love this thing. Nice crisp spine for striking a ferro rod. Next to no imperfections on the teeth for being a this is $20 average. If you're going to buy this yourself, it's going to run you about $20. But for, you know, this was 10, this is 20. And this is actually a really, really good saw for 20. It's maybe not as aggressive as I would like it, but it actually cuts quite well. I have no complaints with the saw whatsoever. Oh, and the blade play. It exists, but it's not enough to be annoying. So that's good. The Phillips driver, very nice. Lovely. What gets me are the next 3 tools. The awl here, I cannot open at all without a secondary tool here. It is just in there that tight. But once you get it out, it's very sharp, very pokey, very sharp, very crisp. It would be a great awl if your knife does come great. You know, this is probably going to be quality control issues here. Not all knives are probably going to be as bad as mine. Bear that in mind. But the next hardest one is, sorry for all the wobbling here, the can opener. Once opened, it's pretty good, but comparing it to a Victorinox can opener, the main difference here is the angle. This is kind of, the main cutting part here is kind of tipped this way more than on the Victorinox, and this is duller on the edge than Victorinox. But other than that, it seems to be a good can opener. If you get it open, it's great. I'm going to bust a thumbnail trying to get that one out. Now, when I got the knife, I could not even open the flathead driver here. But I've gotten this to break in to where I can actually get it open one-handed. So we have the basic Victorinox large crate opener, which is a little bit bigger than this sucker here, as you can tell. but once open, it seems to work quite nicely. I have no complaints with how it functions when open. It also locks into place and has a half stop. If I could not get the large driver to open at all, if it stayed sticky where I needed a secondary tool, I would say this knife is absolute trash. But considering the quality of the knife blade, the quality of the saw, which are both great, I do think for a cheap knockoff knife, these are actually quite fantastic. Given those, given the Phillips driver here, and given the fact that I can now open the large crate opener, I do think this is a knife worth getting. I do think for $20, if you want to spend $20 on a cheap knife that you do not fear breaking or throwing away or losing, you know, on a camping trip, something you just want to go, you know, just baton logs with it, just get an experience of using a folding knife for heavy camp duty tasks, this, I think, would be a good knife to get. If you're interested in getting it, they are on eBay. You can buy them on Amazon, I think. You can buy them all around if you look around. SMKW probably sells some. White Mountain Knives probably has some. Look around. Usually comes in this little box here. You can pause the video to read the stuff on the screen if you want. Get it in a little closer for you there. Made by mil-tec. And given that it's breaking in and actually becoming a good knife here, I do think if you're interested in getting one, get one. This isn't the best steel. It's not going to hold up as well as a Victorinox, I believe. But so far, it's holding up quite nicely. Let's try a slice in a little bit of paper here. See? Very nice. And let's actually do something a little different here today. Chopstick, bamboo. That's not the funnest stuff to make fuzz sticks with. We're going to do a slice test. And while here on camera, I'm not going to make a great fuzz stick. I'm not the best at it. But we're just going to just slice in to this bamboo. Go here, go there. Just kind of whittle away at this. Make a spiky little Christmas tree. And So, this amount of woodworking here that I've just done is what would have ruined this Bundeswehr knife. I may be mispronouncing that, I apologize. But by now that blade would be a dull. Now let's see how bad this is. Still slicing quite nicely. That impresses me immensely for this knife. So, with that said, I'll let the actions of the knife speak for itself. If you want a can opener and yours comes out to be a two-hander, try to return it. It's not worth it. If you've got a store that sells these in store, ask to look around and examine these before you buy them. If you find a sweet one, buy it. Because I think this is actually pretty nice for a knockoff of a Victorinox, because these usually run about $80 to $100 for most models, give or take. Some of them probably do go down to $60, but it's kind of expensive. And so for $20 for a cheapo task, I think that's actually not too shabby. So, with that said, thank you for watching this video. I hope you found this useful and informational. I hope it helps you build your EDC to your standards. And until the next time, farewell, carry well, and a bye-bye.